Welcome to the show, everybody. It's the Crypto Lark. Today, we're going to be talking about what has been going on in Bitcoin land recently. So much news to cover. France, South Korea, Coinbase, Gemini, and on and on and on it goes. Before we get into that, a quick shout out, as always, to everyone who's been hitting that like button, and of course, everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that button down below or the bell to stay up to date with all of the latest crypto space. Furthermore, this is of course not professional financial advice. This is just a dude talking about cryptocurrencies on the internet. Let's get into it, guys. Now, Bitcoin today at $8,304.66. It's been a pretty rough time for the cryptocurrency market overall. Ethereum has been down below 600 for a while, but it's just up over at the moment. A lot of cryptocurrencies are taking really big hits at the moment. I know a lot of you guys are out of chips, but there's still a lot of good dip to buy out there, so, don't be too spooked by what is going on in the markets. We're going to break down some of the news for you guys. And one of the first things I wanted to mention today was that John Oliver made a great segment about cryptocurrencies, and yes, that is me. That's really exciting to be there, so a big thank you to all the community out there for continuing to support. Huge thank you to Dan over at the John Oliver Show. I'm sure he had something to do with getting me on there. And of course, big shout out to Crypto Bobby, Carter Thomas, and Nicholas Merton over at Data Dash. Really cool to be on there with all those guys. So thank you guys all so much for continuing to support the channel. And go watch it if you haven't had the chance. Cheddar will be launching a new cryptocurrency trading show. So this will be a show on TV. That's pretty cool. I think it helps, again, bring crypto more to the masses. People can actually tune into a weekly TV program where they say, hey, we're trading crypto, guys. Let's check it out. Let's have fun doing it. That is, of course, really cool. Now, Google is going to be banning all cryptocurrency-related ads. This is huge news. Really unfortunate news, but huge news nevertheless. Again, we have to have decentralized solutions. Look, one company which dominates the internet is able to come in and say, we're going to dictate what you can see or what you can't see. Guys, be part of the decentralized media, be part of the decentralized internet, get involved in cryptocurrencies. They're doubling down. They're coming down heavy-handed. It means that we are slowly winning the battle. On to France. France regulatory agency blacklists 15 cryptocurrency and crypto asset websites. Ouch. However, the next day, they come out to create a flexible yet safe ICO framework. We will continue to see that happen, where we see a lot of contradictory statements coming out. Over in Korea, authorities raid 3 cryptocurrency exchanges. Oh no, that's crazy. And South Korea is planning to formally allow ICOs. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome news. I'm sure all South Koreans will be very excited to be able to participate in ICOs again. Over in the US, congressional hearing on cryptocurrency devolves into Bitcoin Bash Fest. Now this is, we're going to go over some of the statements here in a moment, particularly from Brad Sherman, who was probably the most vocal against it. But you know what, when I see this, the immediate thing that I think is, the banks have picked up the phone, called up their crooks down in Washington and said, hey, get out there and bash the heck out of cryptocurrencies. Now, Brad Sherman was caught making a lot of fun statements like this one. There are a few dozen men sit in their pajamas and tell their wives they're going to be millionaires. They help terrorists and criminals move money around the world. They help tax evaders. They help startup companies commit fraud. Take the money, and 1% of the time they actually create a useful business. Wow. That is amazing. The power of men in their pajamas to overthrow the world. Look at the fear. Of course, a lot of these statements are so incredibly ridiculous because you look at what the dollar or the euro has done for the world. They are, of course, the main currency of choice for criminals and international terrorists, not to mention, of course, tax evaders. Now, he went on to pontificate. It hurts the U.S. government in 2 ways. he was going to say control. Our ability to have the US dollar as the chief means of international finance is what we underpinned our ability to impose sanctions. If cryptocurrencies take over, there is no longer a use for the US dollar, and the US economy comes crashing down with terrible effect. Now, that's not a good thing. I don't wish the US economy to collapse, but you cannot ignore the fact that a country that has over $21 trillion in debt is problematic. And the only thing underpinning this is their ability to print more money. Whereas Bitcoin, it's deflationary, not inflationary. What a lovely idea, of course. Moving on, Coinbase says to Congress, we need more clarity, not regulation. I would agree with Coinbase on that one, without a doubt. Speaking of Coinbase, Coinbase receives e-money license from UK regulator, making it easier, of course, for people in the UK to trade on Coinbase. Again, fantastic news. We got a lot of positive news here today, without a doubt. Winklevoss twins eyeing Litecoin for Gemini exchange. Be very nice to see that on there, guys. Also, the guys over at Gemini, the Winklevoss twins, are proposing to set up the Virtual Commodity Association. That is really cool. They're aiming to set up a non-profit, independent regulatory organization. Will not be part of the markets, will not be a trade association, but will be there as really an advisory board for cryptocurrencies. That is very cool. I'm not surprised, of course, to see the Winklevoss twins being the ones behind that. NASDAQ listed Marathon begins Bitcoin mining operations. Stocks soar 32%. Because of course they do. At this point in time, all you need to do is say, hey, we might do something with blockchain and your stocks will soar up. But if you're actually going to be mining Bitcoin, wow, good long-term investment, but also a good note that, holy cow, there is some serious money flooding into Bitcoin mining right now. Be aware, guys. Square seeks Bit license to bring Bitcoin buying to New York. It has been hard to buy Bitcoin, particularly in New York City, for quite some time, so I hope that they are successful with that. New York wants to tax Bitcoin mining following controversial Bit license. Recently, New York State has signed some deals with different mining companies, offering them incentivized energy prices to bring their Bitcoin mining operations to New York. However, the city of Plattsburgh, New York, has passed a Bitcoin mining ban, an 18-month moratorium on Bitcoin mining to prevent miners from using all the city's cheap electricity. I imagine that the home miner will still be able to sneak away with this, but this is the kind of thing. They'll probably have cops flying around in helicopters looking for the heat signatures of Bitcoin miners, and they'll send the SWAT team in to kick down your door and take your Bitcoin miners, and good God, I hope that's not what happens. That would be an absolute absurd situation, but that has happened in other countries, Venezuela, so let's hope that something like that does not happen in the US. EU can't ban Bitcoin mining over energy concerns, official says. Of course, there's been a lot of concerns brought up recently about the consumption that Bitcoin is using energy-wise. Now, what they basically said, so long as they fit within the energy consumption rules, who cares what people use energy on? Which I would agree with. Okay, on to our next story. Chinese Bitcoin mining giant Bitmain to fund 30 blockchain private central banks, because of course Bitmain is. They'll be investing in 20 to 30 different startups aiming at having a central bank, private central bank, blockchain based. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I mean, Bitmain has proven themselves to be self-interested, we could say, over time. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I don't like the idea of central banking overall. Bringing central banks to the blockchain doesn't really fix the problem, in my opinion. But that's just my two satoshis on the matter. Cryptocurrency opportunities in Africa. Of course, Africa, much like many places in South America, offer a great opportunity to get involved in cryptocurrencies. Financial inclusion, of course, for the unbanked. Alternative to screwed up local currencies and screwed up local economies run by corrupt politicians. Cross-border payments in a widely accepted currency, of course, which is also very valuable. If you are in Ghana and you want to send money to Egypt, that's hard to do. You're probably going to have to go take your local currency, change that to dollars, spend exorbitant bank fees, send it over to Egypt, whereas you could all just be transacting in Bitcoin. And of course, is great for cryptocurrency related startups in Africa. Over in Indonesia, soon there will be more Bitcoin investors than stock traders in Indonesia. And this is in spite of the fact that Indonesia has been trying to clamp down on cryptocurrencies in Indonesia. So my hat off to all Indonesians who, in spite of the difficulties, are buying Bitcoin like crazy. That is absolutely awesome. As far as interoperable blockchain news goes, the guys over at Bitpanda, which is one of Europe's biggest Bitcoin exchanges, are looking to set up the first multi-blockchain token system. This will be an ICO coming up pretty soon. Seems like a really interesting project. If you guys want to come over and check that out a little bit. Playboy will be accepting cryptocurrency payments for adult content. Because why not? Strange to see Playboy leading the way to an extent in being a major publisher that's now going to be accepting Bitcoin or cryptocurrency payments. 56% plan to buy more cryptocurrency despite the FUD. Buy the dip, don't buy the dip. Yeah, buy the dip, don't buy the dip, guys. Buy the dip. Buy more chips, then go buy the dip. It's a lot of dip though out there to buy. Holy cow. Okay. Binance, this is really exciting. Binance is going to be launching their own blockchain. In fact, they're having a Dexathon to get the best ideas to come together to see who can develop it. There's $1 million up for grab for the Dexathon. The Binance Dex is going to happen. I think this is such a cool idea because Binance A already has a huge user base. They have huge liquidity. Moving the whole thing to a Dex, love it. Love it, Binance. Hope it works out very, very well. Of course, we'll be staying keenly tuned to see how that story develops. Now, we're going to be giving away $50 worth of Bitcoin today to one lucky winner. Who is our random winner gonna be? Obsessive Coinpulsive. I love the name, by the way. Thanks, watch all your videos. Great job, pal. $50 worth of Bitcoin coming your way. If you want to be in to win next time, drop your Bitcoin address down below in the comment section with a nice comment, of course. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.